Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 251. Thank you so much for being here with me today or tonight, whenever you catch this. Just got done doing another type of workout. Highly recommend you try it. If you haven't tried it, I'm going to keep saying this probably in most videos moving forward. There's something about it. The kicking and the punching and the movement in general is just so nice and it's such a great addition to my daily workouts. So I am enjoying it so much, and it's just making me more confident and I don't know, just more sure of myself. I don't know. It's really changing me a lot. So wanted to bring up a couple things that have to do with that. The confidence builders, if you will. Decide what you want and focus on it. And have you heard the saying where I don't know who said this first, but it was what I want wants me. Have you heard that before? It's so true. It's like what you want wants you too. So, but you have to know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, you need to know how you feel or how you want to feel when you might get that thing that you're wanting. If you want to feel happy or you want to feel at peace, think about how that would feel if you felt those things. And remember that you can control and create that state any day. Actually, I don't want to use the word control anymore. Generate, we'll call it generate. You can generate that mental state anytime that you want to. And I'm going to do a little bit of channeling tonight. I don't know, because I have no plan with this really, but always be yourself. So when we are trying to be somebody else, it takes a lot of energy. So, and I think a lot of times we're not being our true selves. And it's almost like the layers of an onion. We sometimes have to peel back the layers to figure out, who am I? And at the core of it, it's just, I am. If we remember that, I am, just are. You're just am. That's it. And you don't have to worry about much else, but we worry about everything as a human. And we overthink and we use our brain too much instead of our hearts. We've got to use our hearts. When you come from your heart, you can never, ever go wrong. That is when I feel most at peace, is when I'm going from my heart, thinking from my heart instead of thinking from my brain, because your brain lies to you. Your heart doesn't lie to you. And yesterday I had a conversation with somebody, and it really showed me that, first of all, that people are very stuck in their beliefs and their belief systems, and they think things have to be hard. I did notice that yesterday. And so I noticed this, and I was like, wow, like this person has this belief about this positive thing that I said. It was taken as, oh, well, this is minimizing the problem. And I took it as, wow, they've got a belief that says that this has to be this hard, so that everybody's got a way of seeing things. And this was just an example that I noticed. I was like, wow. But I didn't let it upset me. I didn't let it make me think that what I'm saying is wrong or what they're saying is right. It just is and was. And normally, when I was a little younger, I would have possibly have dumbed and dimmed myself down in order to make this person feel comfortable, whoever this person was that I was talking to. And I want you guys to really take this in, because I had all of the resources in the world and all the coping skills and all this knowledge, I would call it. It's really not knowledge, but I think that we don't know really anything. I think that's true wisdom to say that you don't know anything. That's true wisdom. But I would have dumbed and dimmed down. And yesterday I was just like, no, I'm gonna be my true self. I'm not going to let someone else control me in any way. And we let people control us. People don't control us. We choose. And so I was choosing yesterday to just know that, okay, this is the mirror. This is a mirror showing me. And I know Bashar has said that sometimes you will test yourself through someone else to see if you will go back to the old self. And I passed that test yesterday. I did not go back to my old self like I would have, because I used to, like I said, I used to dumb and dim myself down to make the other person feel comfortable. And I didn't do that. And I didn't, of course, I didn't, it wasn't mean or anything like that. I didn't even try to prove my point at all. I had just said what I needed to say and to try to help them, but they didn't really ask me for my help. So that's another thing. I should have said, hey, do you want my advice, or do you want me to just listen? Because most of the time I think people just want you to listen. But I wanted to bring in the Bashar, what Bashar says. He says, well, what are you in a hurry for? You're an eternal being. There's nowhere, where are you going to go? We're eternal beings, and I said it like that. And I was like, oh, I wanted to share that with you. And it was not taken well. And I was just like, this is not a client. And I was like, oh man. And cause I thought it was so lighthearted but I remained steadfast in who I was. I just wanted to be lighthearted. And maybe this person didn't want to be lighthearted at that moment, but there was nothing wrong with what I did and nothing wrong with what the other person was doing. But it just made me see how people think. I knew that already, but it was just another example. But I think what I'm using this experience for is I could have chosen to become my old self, because that's all I used to do. And I bet you guys have done that too, where it's not necessarily people pleasing, but it could be, I guess, taken as that way. But just kind of like, You'll say something and somebody will criticize you. I was criticized all the time as a kid and as an adult too. I mean, criticized for like everything I would say. And then I would just like not speak. And if I would speak, it would just be taken wrong. And I'd feel like no one liked me. And it was just this whole thing. And so I learned how to just be firm and be myself. And it showed yesterday. I felt it inside. I felt it internally. And I was like, wow, it's okay to be me. So I want you to know that it's okay to be you. Just be yourself. Do not let other people control how you see yourself and how you act. You just can't let anybody do that. And remember, the world is a mirror. It's showing you. Just keep that in mind. Play with this. Play with your power. I heard somebody say that today. Play with your power. Try, look back at other videos that I've done. There's so many different little things you can do. One of them is just say thank you to everything, and say thank you to yourself in the mirror. Just really talk to yourself really kindly and really nicely with respect. And focus on what you're wanting to feel. Focus on what you're wanting just in life, your vision, what lights you up, what gets you excited, what you're passionate about, all of those things. And really start to shift your mind into that energy. And it'll be crazy what happens, because doors will start to open. And I tell myself this every day. I'm like, all possibilities exist today. So if all possibilities exist, I don't need to worry about anything. I can just flow down the river in my little boat and just flow down, flow down the river and allow things to come instead of forcing or controlling or being fearful or worrying all the time. I mean, I was just off and on the roller coaster, I think, which a lot of people are. And we don't have to do that. That is actually hurtful to ourselves. And I was talking to somebody else about that yesterday, about how we abuse ourselves with our thoughts. And so if you want to use that word, just be very blunt about it. Be like, I'm abusing myself. I'm hurting myself with my words, and I've got to change that. So going back to the beginning, what you want wants you too. That possibility of whatever it is that you're wanting, or whatever it is that you're wanting to feel, it exists. And it's there for you to take it. And what we do is we doubt. And when we doubt, that's when we move away from the heart. We are not in the heart anymore. We are in our head. And our head is telling us, nope, you can't have that. Nope, you can't do that. Nope, you can't feel that. How do you think that you could be the person that could have that? You got to stop listening to all that. I will never, ever, no offense to anyone ever, I will never, ever listen to anybody about myself again. It's just, and that's because I have a trained mind now. Now, if I had negative thoughts going through my mind all the time, I wouldn't, that wouldn't be good to trust all those negative thoughts, now would it? But when you train yourself and you know yourself, you start to really trust yourself. And Bashar, he's funny with what he says about people will come on there and be like, I'm not confident. And he's like, you're always confident because you're confident that you're not confident. You're confident in that. And people say, I don't trust anybody. And he's like, no, you really trust that you don't trust anybody. So you always trust. And he just plays on words because it's true. We have these definitions that we place on everything. So remember, what you want wants you too. And you can have anything you want. You can be anything you want. Do anything you want. Do not listen to the world. Do not listen to other people, what they say. I don't care what the norm is. Like, there is no norm. This is your world that you're creating moment to moment. And just play with your power. Play with it. Become your own evidence. Try things out. See what works best for you. But start practicing going into your mind where peace is. Peace and serenity and all the great things are inside of your mind. They're in your imagination. You just have to go there and stay there for a little while. And then come out of it and live your life from that state. Live your life from the state you created in your imagination. That's the key and the kicker, because we can get, I say the word triggered too much. I want to use a different word. We just get all these little experiences that change our minds about things, I guess, or bring us back to the past. So just remember that you are brand new every moment. You can decide to be brand new every moment. Just start over. Oh, I'm going to start over. Oh, I'm having a bad day. Oh, I'm going to start over right now. Like, if you have to start over 25 times in one day, go ahead. You got to speak to yourself like that. You got to do things that nobody else is doing. You got to think in ways that you've never thought before. You have to think differently than anybody you know. And it might feel lonely a little bit at first, but I'd rather be as Dr. Phil, this is definitely a channel message. Dr. Phil would always say, I'd rather be lonely than sick with someone else. And it's so true. But what if you're not lonely? What if you're with you? You don't have to be lonely. But I really would rather be lonely than sick with someone else. So just keep that in mind. Because, we put up with way too much. And we put up with way too many negative thoughts versus positive thoughts that could actually help propel us forward. So stay true to what you're wanting. And if you don't know what you want, like I said, concentrate on a feeling and then go inside your imagination and act like you already have what you're wanting. Act like you already feel that way. What would that feel like? How would your life look like? And just start living from that feeling every day. Come out of your meditation or going inside your mind for a minute or two, and creating this scene of you having what you want. And just like when you open your eyes, like stay in that state, like look at your life from that feeling and teach your body how to feel that feeling, because we've taught our bodies how to feel the opposite. And that's why we feel so bad. It's all programmed. We can program anytime we want to. The brain can grow back gray matter. This stuff is neuroplasticity. We can grow back parts of our brain. We can heal our brains. We know this stuff. We just don't believe it, I think. And we've got to practice things ourselves in order to start seeing changes. We've got to think differently, because if you think the same, you're going to get what you've always gotten. So we got to make a change so we see a change. So I'll quit rambling. I think that's all I wanted to say tonight. I'm tired again. I'm going to get this uploaded and possibly go to bed early again, like I tried to do last night and every night. So hope you guys are doing great. If you're dealing with snow, I apologize. And I know it's a lot to deal with. Ours is somewhat melted. It's about to be in the 60s next week and almost 70 one day, I think. So it's crazy. But if you're without power, I hope your power comes back on soon. And if you're dealing with heavy snow, please be safe and know that you are so loved. Please pass that on to anybody who might need to hear that today or tonight, whenever you catch this. And remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.